Hello again, Ji-Yan. I was able to get this downloaded, 1.3 gigabytes, and have a look at it. So hopefully I'll give you some real feedback. First, let me take a look at your very competent PDF. It looks like a compilation of your process here. It too is quite large, 876 megabytes. In total, the package was over a gigabyte, and I'm sure the resolution is adequate. You might consider, perhaps compressing some of these, or check your PDF settings. It may be high res to print, but for these kinds of documents, you may not need that kind of res. So as you can see, it's big enough to be slow to refresh. All right, hopefully it's calming down. Okay, so here it is a few minutes later, and for an 8.5 by 11 ad, it's probably, the images can definitely be smaller. Having said that, I like the arrangement. It's very crisp, very modern. You might consider having this cocktail maybe dip down into this blue band. You might also consider bleeding off the bottom, this image off the bottom, to avoid so many bands. And I like it though, and I like the way that you butted the images up against each other rather than put borders around them. This could be visually centered and perhaps slightly larger. That's just my recommendation. You see what if we can zoom in a reasonable time. Yeah, these at this size only need to be 300 dpi. I'm not sure what they are, and it doesn't look like it, but be sure you haven't outlined the type. I like the arrangement. It's very calming and peaceful. With this being centered though, and this being flush left, rag right, or centered, should everything be centered or should everything be staggered? Just a question. And you're building some implied vertical axes along which you can hang type and imagery. So think about the rule of thirds as a way of organizing your compositions. But Ji-Yan, really nice job. I'm glad I was able to download it and take a look at it. A little perplexed here because I would expect this huge document, which is 426 megabytes, I would expect that to be the ad file. And let's see, what are we getting? Okay, there it is. There it is. The resolution is high, and I'm not going to criticize you for that. In a professional situation, I don't think anybody would bat an eye. It's just that, in a educational setting like SHNU, many of us have lower bandwidth. But there it is. Everything is on its own layer. It can be easily turned off. Here's what I was suggesting about the cocktail. Whoops, is that locked? Yeah, maybe not so much, but I mean, make it perhaps a little bit more three-dimensional. It could be larger too. It could be life size. That would be appetizing. But again, it's up to you. You do have some implied axes here down the center, and think about hanging some type off to the flush left, rag right. Good job, Ji-Yan. Glad I was able to open these.